Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be with you today. My name is Magdala Ramirez, and I come from the Maya Mexica tradition. We are in this incredible wave, energy wave, that everything is changing, everything is moving, and it brings us back to spider medicine. They told me that part that everything it is so completely interconnected. For many tribes, the spider medicine is about a spider woman, the one that created the universe. And maybe some of you can see it in the skies at night when it is a clear night and not too many lights, those little filaments that it is connecting all the stars. That is part of this incredible web that it is truly fascinating to understand it. But that web, it is also connected within your own self. Every time that we bring a new teaching and you begin to questioning that teaching, you're very much rewiring your brain, your neural network. That network, it is that spider web. That is the medicine of the human being, how everything is so completely interconnected. Today we have my sister Teddie with me, and she is gonna be part of this beautiful radio talk. What do you feel about it, Tommy?
Oh well, I love the whole web, the concept, and the spider web. We were talking about when they make a web. Are you creating the web, or are you in the middle of the web, stuck? And um, you know, it's really engages all the parts, I think, of yourself to think about those things and to realize this whole thing is a web, all the things that we're interacting with all the time.
Absolutely, and this is very, very powerful because there is this abstract world inside of you, and that abstract world, it is many pieces of the puzzle, many events that it is happening within your own self. It is this part of the puzzle, and there is that part, and that part, and that part, and everything it is so completely interconnected. And sometimes you do need to wait until you see the bigger picture, but accepting those part of the puzzles and how one goes in a perfect connection one to another in order for you to realize what is it in your consciousness. If you try to see it from your personality in the inside, you will see isolated events. But if you see it from that inside to the outside, you will see how the web it is happening. Different events happening, and it is up to you to decode the bigger picture. It is up to you to decode what is it and what is going on. We have been working in so many things and so many events lately, and my sister just she's amazing. She just come to help, and we were observing how it is that male side of all of us, what is going on in the system. As you know, the male side, it is your way of living. It is that part of the outside world that in so many ways is reflecting what is happening deep into the inside, and the struggle that that feminine side, which is the essence, it wants to bring it forward and enlighten that personality of yours. So we were noticing how that male side, it is so uh, separated. Everything is separated, thinking and justifying absolutely everything from the existence means, that male side that it never takes responsibility. That male side that it thinks that everything happens to them instead of understanding that liberation of that responsibility of what it is. And at the same time, here comes the feminine saying, well, here is the responsibility for everyone. And it is our responsibility to decode those little pieces that are part of the puzzle. You know, the spider medicine, what it is in that wave and how to bring it forward in a different way. What is it that you are creating from that heart, that it is always evolving, that it is always understanding the connection with the one that created you? What do you feel about this, mi hermana?
Well, in thinking about the spider web, how you see it, how it's all connected, and there's a center, and then all of the webs around it, and it's all connected. And that seems more like, a way of thinking that in the linear world that we live in doesn't take that into account, except for like patterns. I mean, the patterns of, say marketing, or say whatever it is, to want to do something better or be something, we see that part in the linear, like this is out here and I want to get there, and how do I do that? But you see that the walk, or the way to do it, is you just only see that linear way, where really the way that makes it happen, is that's really making it happen, is that whole web within yourself. So one of the things, like, to break a habit, or to break a way of thinking that we're always going around and round, and so we don't, even if you get to the goal, or whatever, it's not, doesn't seem satisfying a lot of times. And I think part of that is because we're still separated. We're just at a different part of that linear walk, without having, the whole web and the feeling and the isolation. I feel like people feel this isolation because of that linear, well, I'm here and I have to protect myself, and then everybody else is on their own, and I would like to help, but I can't because I just have to protect myself and my family or whatever, and never realizing that we're, we're connected, that regardless of whether we think we are or not, we are connected in the waves.
We are connected at all times, and this is very, very powerful to comprehend, because that male side that thinks that you are being defined by the world of the form, it tells you who you are. It tells you in the doing what is everything that you do, and it is just right there. And you begin to think in that way, like how the outside world defines you, and it makes you feel very, very separated, instead of understanding that you are connected deep inside of you. But you mentioned this point, Teddie, and it's very, very beautiful to see this. For the ancestors, they recognize this in a very, very powerful manner. They say A plus B equals C, means if you know where you stand, then you know where everything is in the universe. That it is a law, and it is truly a law that you can understanding within yourself. If you can conceive an idea, if you can conceive a point, a world, an understanding, is because there is a part of you that it is already there. And this is very, very important. If you can see that tree, it's because that tree is inside of you. If you're listening to this radio talk, it's because there is a Magdala inside of you. It is a Teddie inside of you. It is that interconnected in that part of the brain. So when you can conceive this new world that we are into it, is because there is a part of you that it is already there. And that it is very, very important to understand. It is the law of complement. Everything it is complement in the universe. And this is how the ancestors understand realms, understand places, understand it is only a conception. It is only an idea. And it happens all within the self. And this is the part of the puzzles that you are understanding it within the self. And when you have the whole picture, then it is a revelation to your personality. You bring it into the consciousness. Yesterday, we were talking in our chats and the Sunday chats in our school about what it is, that conception, and the secrets that you keep from yourself. And it is really not the secrets that you keep from yourself, but you are revealing those secrets to yourself. The consciousness might think, well, I want this, I want that, and everything has to do with the hologram. Yet in deep in the inside, everything it is about what you have learned in the experiences. Not to become the experience by itself, but what is about love that you understand in that experience. What do you feel about that, Teddie?
Well, I do kind of have a question. So when like seeing it within a web and you're at a certain part, and but I'm thinking about, the different dimensions and the parts of yourself, so are all a part of that, but also the greater, well, the greater and the lesser is all there too. So say you're to go to the ancestors, to go to a different dimension through this web, because it is all connected, and then how to bring that, the idea back, a little more consciously, so that when you're in this one spot, you feel like you do have a means to, with that connection, so to see it differently instead of only stay back in that linear spot.
Understanding that connection, Teddy, is just way too important about this. I mean, even to bring this new concept for the people that it is actually very old, how everything it is so completely interconnected. We have been talking in this radio talk how the Great Mother, she is the essence of all the living things. Through that essence, everything is interconnected. Everything vibrates. Everything through that vibration, the essence of the vibration connects absolutely everything. How can you become that essence that connects everything? That's what it is this radio talk about. Then you have the outside world. The outside world that it has this big programming that everything is separated. Events are separated. People are separated. And because nobody could really conceive for a very, very long time, 500 years it has been this programming in our ways. And for mother culture is 2,000 or 3,000 years of that patriarchal system of how it works. That conception, it is just way too important. It is you the one that it is enlightening your male side first. That male side, that it is your way of living. If you understand that you are inside of the hologram, you can realize what is real and what is not. For such a long time, people were able to think and thinking that that was the hologram was the only thing that exists, instead of what it is, that connection that you have with the hologram. The hologram is there for providing lessons for you. And those lessons were lessons of love. Because it is love, the essence of every single thing around you. We were watching the trees yesterday, how the trees have different personalities. They all are different. Every single plant is different. The whole creation, it is different and unique. Yet we all are interconnected. So it is in the dimensions. If we are able to conceive a world where you know that you're free, that you know that through that love that you are, is not that you're searching for love, you are understanding that interconnection that it exists in everything. Everyone. Everyone is there to give you a message, and you're there to give a message too. That message, it is being resolved and it's being understood from that inside world. The connection that the ancestor says everything is complementary is just way too important. And that goes for your first statement, Teddie. What happened if that spider web, if a fly get caught in there and it creates vibration in absolutely the whole web? So the spider knows that there is something in there. So it is happening with you. Every time that somebody show up, it changed the vibration. Somebody's in front of you, it changed the vibration. You can feel that person. You can feel a different aspect just right there in your web. Just like that person also is feeling you. It is an interconnectedness. Can you feel it? Now, think about something, how it is in the dimensional way. If you are able to conceive it, if you are able to vibrate in it, immediately it takes you there. Can you see this?
Yeah. Um, so one of the things that you were saying, like the vibrational part, when we are in contact with these people, places, all these things in our day-to-day life, the web is kind of keeping intact that integrity of who we are. But when we are not being who we know we are, by not saying it, by pretending or avoiding or whatever, then that keeps that the integrity of those connections as well, because it takes us off in different areas, right, where we're not really moving at the natural pace that we would normally.
Yeah. Think about that spider web, in the very, 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 very center. In how that web was being created. Think about that vibration of how the spiders create this beautiful web. That is how it is all interconnected, Teddie. In the very, very center, it is where the essence resides. That very essence of everything that exists resides. That it is the great mother in you. That it is the essence of all the creation. All that essence, it is just right there for you to realize it. When you step on this, and then you see all these events happening in your life, one after another one. Even this little text that I received, it is interconnected in one way or the other. Every single part of it, it is part of that big puzzle that you realize every day. That's why we make recapitulation every night. What happened today? Because it makes us realize the spiritual growth that we're having when we are being aware of the messages and where are we as the essence. What do you feel about that, Teddie?
Well, I mean, I just see that as like within the self and the web within ourselves, and how, I mean, it's like seeing that energy, but it's such a different feeling than, the system, or going out, but yet that's a part of what I'm creating, that that difference. It may not be so different, but I'm creating it as a different, I think, as a different thing. So in a way, because I don't know how to maybe deal with it, or I don't know how to scope it out. Like I kind of, anyway, I just see the different parts of the web, but then a lot of times I don't want to like see my part in it. I just,
And you're part of
yeah.
it. That is the thing. You are part of it. Here is the thing. You have the beautiful orchestra of the universe. And that orchestra of the universe, it is happening all the time. The whole vibration of the stars, it is happening. It is a tone. It is a tone that it is so completely connected to you. So there is a part that you are in it. You are that part of that sacred circle, that cycle of the universe. You are part of it. And you're making your song. You're part of that incredible web, and yet you are interconnected to the very, very center, the essence of all the life forms. That is why we say, I am you. Because I am your other part. I am this other Teddie. This reflection, it is always happening at all times. That is why it is in the dimensions too. I can conceive something beautiful because this is inside of me, and that takes me into that place. And that is the place of the manifestation too. And with this one, we close our radio talk. I reminding you, we have the school online, and it is very powerful. We have also our app that it is going in your phone. It is messages from the Great Mother. Keep on sending us your emails and questions. This is just such a powerful times. And we do need to understand where is that connection and how the events in your life, it is connecting to your next step of the evolution. Thank you so much, Tlatzocomate, and I am you. I love you.